friends, Jada here. Welcome to Stories and Stitches. Thank you for spending a little time with me today. Back to another live craft session. We are working on the the Happy Farm sewing kit. Almost done. We're getting close to the end. We've got one more animal to make. We're going to make the turkey today. Been looking forward to this little gobbler. And then we've just got the barn and the trees left to do. 12 little individual sewing kits in total. That is a lot for this one little package. And they've been so fun so far. So, without further ado, I recommend that you have a pair of scissors because your own scissors will be better than the ones that come in the kit. I've got my handy dandy little hot glue gun so that I can stick on the eyeballs. Eyeball, I think it's one eyeball today. And an emergency stashed bowl of crafting goodness, just in case. I've got a little extra felt, I've got a little extra embroidery floss. Not that I need it, there's so much floss still in this kit. Cup of tea. Haha. Oh, so nice. And all of you. So, let's hop on down to the craft table and I will hop into the chat and say hello! Hello everybody! Hello Jessica Rabbit and Shell. We've got Girly Crochet here. Dawn is in the house. Who else have we got here? Mr. InStitches. So nice to see you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Let's get right into it. So, I like to have these little fellows sort of hanging out with me because they're just so cute. And it's also nice for me to be able to remember what's done what. So for example, I've got 5 animals that are looking to the left, and I want to make sure that I have 5 looking to the right just because I like that evenness. And the turkey is looking to the left, so I'm going to make the turkey in reverse today. And let's get into it. So still have a bunch of stuffing left, which I probably won't need. I need 1 eyeball. That leaves me with 2 eyeballs. So 2 extra eyeballs in my kit. Love that. There's my 1 eyeball for the day. And all of this embroidery floss. So generous with the embroidery floss. Here's my needle. And it looks like I'm gonna need brown and maybe pink. I'm going to get the pink out. I'm going to get the brown out. I might need different colors too. I'm going to check that in a second. So this won't be too far away. Hi, Vima. Charlie's in the house as well. Hello. All right. So, box out of the way. Going to do the barn last. I feel like that's the nice sort of fun one to end with. Trees we'll be doing next. It's the turkey today. The turkey today. So let me just quickly get a photograph. Excuse me. Get all these little critters out of the way. I like to do my little photograph for posterity's sake. I'm considering going one crazy step further and just sort of what's the word? Scrapbooking this entire project, just because I think that would be kind of fun. I'm not sure yet, but the idea is there. Okay, and that is that. 1 photograph. Okay. Here we go. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of little parts on this one. So let's see here. Holy smokes. All right. Wow. All right. Tail feathers. That is part number 7. Big wing. So that's part number 2. I've got a couple of feet here. That's parts 5 and 6. A beak. That's part 3. The wattle. That's part 4. The head, because it's a different color. They've made theirs pink. That's part number 2. Oh, this is 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7. And, oh, this one's built kind of like the sheep. We've got a back and a front. So the back body has the back of the head. The front body has the laser dotted cutouts for the wing. And I am going to reverse this. I want my turkey to be looking in the other direction. So this, all right, let's make sure I'm doing this right. The wing faces upright. So I am not going to make the same mistake I did before when I was reversing something. I'm going to make sure everything kind of fits together properly. It looks like that is not correct. So is it this? Or is it this? It's this. Okay. That is perfect. All of my little dots line up. Wait, do they? Yes, there we go. So I am reversing it. So this is the wing dots are going to do this. So that's the direction that my wing is going to go in. Okay, which means this is the direction that my headpiece needs to go in. All right, I'm jumping ahead though, so let me see here. I want pink, got it, and that lighter brown color, got it, great, okay. Let's have a sip of tea. I gotta think my way through this. Hi, Sherry. Oh my goodness. Okay, Dawn's wondering if pie comes with the turkey. Turkey should come with pie. Turkey should always come with pie. The darker pink matches again, says Shell. Yes, it looks like they used lighter pink because this is the pink that they have. There's no other pink, is there? No, it's just red. We've got red. This is light pink, so should I use my dark pink again? Do I have enough of that left, I wonder? I have none in here. I'm gonna have to go get another one. Or, wait, is this the pink I was using? This is the pink I was using. That's a little bit closer than the bright pink. Do I care? Do I care enough to change the pink? I don't really mind that, but this would be better. All right, I will go fish out some more pink. I think I don't have any in this pack. There's always something. I feel like as organized and as prepared as I always think I am, there's always something. So I've got to move a couple things. Don't mind the pile of fabric. Ahem. All right, let's see here. I want this and possibly this. Is that everything? I think so. Okay, so let's put you back. And running out of space. Okay. All right, so brand new pack of a million colors. Haven't gotten into it yet. I'm doing that thing where I'm like, oh, but it's perfect. I don't want to get back into it, so I might get into that. All right, this is what I was looking for because this has the pink in it. That's the pink, and I just have a little bit left. So you know what? Good. Whoa. All right. That's it right there. Don't fall. And I'm going to, I think the only place I need to use the pink is on the head. So I'm going to put the rest of this light pink that comes with the kit back in the kit. And I will probably end up using this, and whatever's left is going to go in my little emergency craft bowl. So I don't need much though, it's just for the head. It's just for the head part, which is probably the first thing they're going to have us do. Oh. No. Sandwich. Could it be that the turkey is the most complicated sewing kit so far. Could it be? It might be. All right, let's take a look at it on the table. Yeah, so we're going to go with the dark pink. Vima's being very complimentary. Thank you, Vima. Appreciate that. Really nice little boost to the ego. Thank you, Vima. Okay, all right, what am I doing here? So, step number 1, thread it up. Step number 2 says to put on the wing first. So, they've used this nice, you know what? Don't we have... I've got like a peachy beige, which would match the wing better than this one does. So I think I'm going to use the lighter beige for my wing. So lighter beige for the wing, the darker brown for the rest of the turkey, so for the body of the turkey, and then this dark pink for the head. So I'm going to use 3 different colors here. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to pull out just enough to do the wing. Don't need much. And I'm going to use this lighter. This one comes with the kit, so that's an easy win. Vima's wondering how I did my hair. It's let me just get this wing going here, Vima. I'm going to make sure this is, I don't want to make any errors, so I don't want to have to pull anything out. That looks... That looks, there we go, I got it. Okay, so in from the back, out through the top, and then it looks like I'll be knotting the 2 ends together back here. So let's leave some out for tying. All right, so my hair bun, let me just quickly, I think chances are, I mean, I don't even know if I explained this, if I've explained this before, or if I explained it very well. I've always struggled to do my hair. Are any of you like that? I've always, like, when I was a teenager, like when I was a kid, it was always braided just to kind of keep it from tangling at school. And then when I was a teenager, I just continued braiding it. I always just threw it in a braid, sometimes up in a bun. So what I did was that I put a ponytail. So I just put my hair up in a ponytail. And then I took a square handkerchief and I rolled it up so that it was long. And then I rolled my hair around it, and then I tied the handkerchief around the base of the ponytail. And that's how you get that kind of rolled look. It looks really cute, but story time. If you wear your hair like this and you go out in public, make sure it's not a windy day. And make sure you're not like, you know, really like hiking or huffing it, because I put my hair up like this and went and did the food shopping a couple weeks ago, and I looked at myself on the way at the door. I thought, yeah, I look put together, I look tidy, hair's up, all right, off I go. And I noticed towards the end of my shopping trip that there was a young girl that kind of kept following me around, and she kept kind of staring at me. I don't think she worked at the store. I think she was just kind of, you know, watching me with a bit of curiosity. And I thought, does she think she knows me? I don't know. Like, do I know her? Do I know her parents? Like, I don't know. Finish up. I notice people are looking at me funny, and I'm like, maybe it's just me. I'm having one of those crazy sensitive days. I get in the car, I come home, I walk in, I go to the bathroom to wash my hands, and I look at myself in the mirror, and this had like exploded all over my head. It was an absolute disaster. There was like chunks hanging in one area and a bit in the other. The bow had turned sideways. Like, I just looked like a crazy person. I'm like, oh, well, that explains why they're all looking at me. I look nuts. Anyway, so yeah, if you're going to wear your hair like that, make sure it's locked down or it's not a windy day. I'm going to run out of, in order to go in, so I don't have the right number of holes, as you can see. So I'm going to double back through one, not big deal. And then I'm just going to tie the two ends, oops, on the back. So that is the wing. Tying the wing together. All right, let's go back down to the table. Yes, so I've achieved that age level where messy hair doesn't make you look cute. It makes you look like you're insane. And you know what? I'm here for it, ladies. I am so proud to have gotten to this age. I really am. Okay, so there's my wing on. That was step number 2. Step number 3 looks like they want us to sandwich everything, but so I'm going to do the head since that's next, and I'm going to do the beak and the wattle. So I've got to sandwich this, and that looks like it's correct. Boy, if you get this off just slightly, everything just gets dark. It's really funny. And then this one can sit right underneath it, basically. There we go. Okay. I'm going to cut some pink yarn to stitch the head on. And here we go. I'm going to do, so I don't need this here yet, so let's not complicate things. So I'm going to hold everything in place. I'm going to bring, I'm going to do this from the middle. So leave a little bit. And off I go. So make sure I'm going to go through all 3 layers here with the wattle, and then same thing with the beak, which comes immediately after that. There we go. All right. Good call on the darker pink, everybody. It definitely looks better. Charlie says, Jada, put stuffing in before you sew completely. Good point. Probably not a whole lot in the head, eh, Charlie? Like just like a small bit. Let me get around the bend here and I'll add some stuffing. Because I think if anything, it's going to just sort of sit up here under the eyeball. So just a smidgen. So let's just do that. Thanks for the reminder. You know what? I'll use this as an opportunity to plug in the glue gun now, so it's ready to go. I see Dizzy. Hi, Dizzy. Okay, let me just plug this guy in. There we go. Okay, glue gun is heating up. Can I say I'm staying hydrated if I'm sipping a tea? Because aren't teas like a diuretic? All right, a little bit of stuffing, not a lot because it's just the head. Don't want the head to be too, this might even be too much, given what I know of these little pieces now. Yeah, that's enough. Just a smidgen. Less than a cotton ball's worth. Okay. And then I'm just gonna finish it up. I think that's good. I think that's good. Yes. All right. Okay. It's Thursday. It's Thursday, right? I haven't like completely lost track of everything. Oh, I think this one's going to work out perfectly. I love it when this happens. So in, and then this one comes in, and I just come into the middle. And then I get to knot the two together. Whee! Oh, I love that. Okay. And I'll trim that. That goes into the bowl. And these ends are going to go up in here. There we go. A little bit of stuffing. Looks nice, neat, and tidy. Okay, so the wing is on. Now I want to concern myself with the tail and the legs. That's all that I have left. And then we stick on the eye at the end. So I can go to this nice darker brown now. And how much of that have I got left? Not very much. All right. How is the weather? Asks Vima. Vima, interesting you should ask. We just had a cloud of hail come by. It was short-lived, thankfully, but it's that funny time of year when the weather can do just about anything. So it was, I'd say it was like pea-sized hail. Wasn't big enough to like do any damage, but I'm glad I was inside. I wouldn't have wanted to have been trapped outside in it. And right now it is overcast and it's threatening more rain. So it's April. This I am going to try and make sure it doesn't turn into a mess. So if you'll bear with me 1 second. I'm going to just turn this, quickly rewind this. So I don't want, so when I'm rewinding, I don't know how you guys do it, but when I'm doing embroidery floss and I want to keep like the little clip that it's in and I don't have any floss bobbins, I do have some floss bobbins, but I have a lot more floss than I have bobbins. So if I have a lot of floss left and it's not worth it to, like, I don't want to spend the time putting it on a bobbin or finding a bobbin, I just hold my fingers as wide apart as I can and I really loosely like drape it around and around and around I'm trying to kind of simulate the looping that it was in to begin with. And then I try to make sure I don't get any knots, as I don't want knots. There we go. And because there's usually not that much embroidery floss in a little skein, it doesn't take too much to get it all wound back up. I'm hearing dripping. I think it might be raining again. Sometimes it rains. I mean, I'm sure you're all familiar with this. You can hear the rain, but you can't actually see it because it's like so light. There we go. So that's pretty neat and tidy. And then you just fold it in half. And I squeeze it right back into the little round paper sleeve that it comes in. There. So if I don't actually want to bother winding around a floss bobbin, because sometimes there's like, you use a very little amount. So there we go. Clean and tidy. And now I can stitch together my turkey. All right. Vima's in a heat wave, it feels like. 32 degrees, and it was 42. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah. You know what? I don't want it to be super hot, but I also don't, I'm sick of the cold. I want it to warm up so that it looks nice, because I want to see the pretty greenery. I'm going to start in the same place that I did with the neck. I want the green to start. I'm really sick and tired of everything being brown and gray. So really looking forward to that spring exhalation when everything just kind of breathes out and turns green. I love that. Dizzy's got strong winds. Ooh, well, we don't have any wind. I'm grateful for that. It was just a really quick little hailstorm. Because I'm doing this backwards, it feels, it's like it's almost like I have to not force it or work harder to have the little pieces stay together. But I think like when you do it the way it's stamped, it's almost like it's almost already pre-fit together. So when you're reversing it, it's kind of like it's the pieces want to sort of turn away from each other a little bit. Okay, just quickly, I have a question about embellishment. This is the tail. I often think of tail feathers on a turkey as being pretty elaborate. So I was considering making a smaller felt inlay for this and stitching it on or gluing it on. Maybe gluing it on would be easier. Felting it up, sewing it on would look good. But I was considering making like a smaller inlay in felt, just any color, doesn't really matter, and putting that on. So if I do that, would it make more sense to kind of do it after it's stitched on or do it now? What do you think? And would I even bother doing that? Like there's a lot going on this turkey already, but I'm about to put the tail on. So I kind of thought maybe I should stop and ask about that. My bones for color work. Oh yeah, the little spools for the color work work good for the floss. I've actually made some for floss that are slightly wider than that. But I'm gonna have to sit down and make myself some more. I also want to make myself some floss bobbins that are like firmer than cardboard. Because I feel like when I'm using bobbins for color work, they can be made out of paper, and if they don't even last, like if they only last the length of the project, it's fine. I can toss them in the recycling bin and it doesn't matter. Because my bobbin size can change depending on the color work, crochet, or knitting that I'm doing. But floss bobbins are all relatively the same. Like a skein of floss is almost uniformly the same in every bobbin or every skein. So floss bobbins for skein, embroidery floss bobbins can kind of be uniform in size, and they should probably be a little more on the permanent. So I would like to make some that are a little more permanent than just the ones that I make for color work, because I don't care as much about them, because I sometimes need to make bobbins for crochet color work that are different sizes anyway. So you want Mayflowers. I do want Mayflowers, Ms. Rabbit, yes. Charlie added feathers to her turkey, which looks really cute. I don't think I have any feathers, or if I do, I have no idea where they're at. And if I do have feathers, I think the only ones I have are white ones. So that's why I was kind of thinking about making an inlay. You know what? Let's think about it. We can sort of think about it, and then I can go through the felt bag and we can maybe design one afterwards. So let me just get this thing stitched together, and we'll worry about that when I'm done. So here we go. I also want to make sure I'm doing this correctly. This little guy. Yes. Okay. It's a good thing I paused. This really wants to move a little bit. Okay, so the tail is on. I will concern myself with maybe adding additional tail colors a little later on. Charlie, did you glue gun your tail feathers in, like the extra feathers you added? Did you glue gun those in before you sewed on the tail or after? Got to make sure I got my legs going here too. Excuse me. So that's one, and that's two. Okie dokie. Dizzy's trying to set up a sewing area. I am alternating between moving all of my fabric around to use it on the craft table and then taking it back off again in order to do other things. I also need a dedicated sewing space, but I don't think I have enough room right now to do that. I'm gonna have to do a big tidy up at some point, a big purge. There, I think I may have put my feet too close together, but then again, I kind of like that. It's kind of cute. Yeah. All right, so just coming up the chest area, I think I'm gonna pause and put a little stuffing in now. Your fabric land is closing? Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Dizzy. Oh, I love Fabric Land. I hate it when they close. We used to have one in town too, and it closed, and I was so sad because I just spent my happiest teenage days in that fabric store. Don't want too much, so that'll be good. I have like one place to buy fabric in person now, and most of it is quilting cotton, which is great because I do like cotton the most, and I typically buy more cotton than anything, and I love the little patterns on quilting cotton. But if I want something fancier, I honestly don't know. I don't know whereabouts I'm going to have to go. I don't like to have to go. I don't like having to go into the city. I really try to avoid that. So I'm going to have to sniff around and see if there's anywhere online I can maybe buy some. Trouble is, when it comes to fabric and yarn, I like to buy it in person, until I know exactly what I'm getting because I've bought it before. So I'm always hesitant to buy online for the first time. Oh my gosh, this one works out perfectly too. Yay! All right, so I'm going to come in here. I'm going to come up here. I'm going to tie these ends together. I don't mind going to thrift stores and buying like fancy dresses from thrift stores and just using that fabric. But sometimes if you want like a specific amount of fabric in a particular color, you don't want to waste like several months trying to find the perfect dress to thrift. But my mother-in-law has bought some really beautiful old wedding gowns that she and I intend to take apart for pieces. We have yet to set up a date to do that. Oh, goodness. Okay. All right. My turkey is stuffed and put together. I just have to add the eye, and then if we want a little bit of embellishment. So, done with the stuffing. Done with the embroidery floss. I'm going to put all that back in here. And I'm pretty sure I'm done with that needle. So let me find its twin. And I'll just put that back on the same thread. I find this has been helpful to be able to grab them both at the same time. Okay. This, I think I'm going to put in here. I may be using that pink at some point. And eyeball, eyeball. There's really, I mean, it really fits right in the middle of the head. So let's, this is all nice and hot. Come on. I don't want to get a great big blot. There we go. Whoa. All right, only one eye required for Monsieur Turkey. You guys still have your wedding dresses? I still have my wedding dress. I've considered kind of cutting it up because I think it would make a cute little cocktail dress, but I'm not sure I would fit into it anymore. Sherry asks, do you do a lot of sewing? Sherry, I would love to do more sewing. Sewing is my absolute #1 favorite thing of all time. I've been sewing longer than anything else, but sewing requires a lot of space. And as much as I have put time into sewing, I'm always like, oh, look at this fabric. I'm going to, do I really want to cut it? Ooh, measure, 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 measure. Oh, I'm still not sure. Measure, measure, measure. Oh, I'm still not sure. My brain's fried. I think I'll pick up my crochet hook. So I absolutely love to sew. I love to sew clothing more than anything else. I love making hats. I love making hats. Oh my gosh. I love to sew. But I stall out a lot when I'm starting a new sewing project. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm so hesitant, because I guess probably because it is so easy to frog knitting or crochet. You just go, oh, that's not right, yank, 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 and then you fix it. Once you cut fabric, oh, you're kind of dedicated. So I think that's why I hesitate. I am, for example, planning a new skirt for the spring. I want to make it patchwork. I sat down last night and I started, I pulled out all that big bucket of fabric scraps. You guys have seen me use the big bottle. I pulled it all out because I really I want to challenge myself to use up as much of this quilt cotton as possible. So I was thinking I was going to make some patchwork. I was going to patchwork it into cute little patchwork pieces and then make a patchwork, quasi-patchwork skirt. So not the whole thing patchwork, because I was reviewing on Pinterest. I've pinned a billion patchwork skirts, and I don't know if you know this, but on Pinterest, if you go into one of your Pinterest boards or just into your general area where all your boards are, not your home feed in Pinterest, but where all your boards are, there's an individual search bar and you can search your specific pins. So I go into where all my pin boards are and I select skirt, and anything that is skirt comes up, which allows me to hyper focus on something very specific already inside something that I've curated myself. So I took a really close look at all the skirts that I've been pinning over the last decade, and all of the patchwork skirts in particular, and I was trying to look for something that I recognized as the reason I was attracted to them, or why I liked some more than others. And I realized it's because I like it when there's a kind of uniformity running through it. So not a completely chaotic patchwork skirt. Those are cute, but I don't think they suit my aesthetic any longer. So I would have worn crazy patchwork as a teenager, but I think I need to make my patchwork aesthetic a little more mature now. So I really love it when a skirt has a kind of uniformity running through it. So either the patchwork panels are separated by a solid color that is always the same throughout, or the patchwork panels are separated by a nice thick like lace or an overlay of a ruffle that is always the same color throughout, or the patchwork is just sort of an extra detail. Like there's one big panel of patchwork and then the rest of it is like one color. I think you know what I'm talking about. So the whole thing isn't just crazy patchwork. There's some sort of uniformity that, you know, draws the whole skirt together. So I'm fussing with that. I have this really nice denim that I bought a gazillion meters of back when I was a teenager. And I originally made myself a pair of pants, which I don't even have any longer because I grew out of them. They were such nice slacks, but I'm a little bit broader in the beam, as they say these days. So I don't have those pants anymore. And I think I cut them up and turned them into something else already. And I still have a whole bunch of that. And it's really rich, dark blue denim with little tiny pink. Let me show it to you. Here I am, yak, 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 and it's right here. Okay. So this is, let me get a piece. Okay, here's a piece. So this is it. It is this delicious, classy, classic dark blue denim. It's not a thick denim, it's a nice thin denim. So it's about the thickness of like a typical pair of jeans, but not like, it's not super thick, but it's got these sweet little pink flowers embroidered into it. So these little flowers are embroidered all over it. I love this denim fabric and I still have quite a lot of it. So my thinking is that I want to make a skirt, a nice full length skirt, the types that I like to wear, with a zipper waist. So I don't want to have any additional bulk up top. I used to love to wear elastic waist. I'll even do like a back half elastic, but mostly I'm thinking I'm going to do like a zip waist because those aren't really that hard to do. And I also have a zillion zippers. Another nice thing you can find at secondhand stores. People like buy a bunch of zippers, they don't need them and they donate them. So a zip waist, and then somehow I want patchwork in it, like a whole panel of it or a whole row of it. I don't know. So anyway, that's the majority of it's going to be that. And then somehow I'm going to like turn all of this into some kind of pretty patchwork. Like instead of just a bunch of squares, like maybe like actual log cabins or pinwheels or, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. So that's the plan. Oh my gosh, that was a real tangent. Sorry about that. Dizzy's collected jeans. Yeah, I also never throw out jeans. Never throw out jeans. Denim fabric is amazing for everything. You can patch with it. You can turn it into bags. You can turn it into rugs. It's cotton, so don't throw out your denim. Denim is so good. Eggplant purple. Oh wow, Shell, that's amazing. Dizzy says I can take some fabric off your hands. You know what, Dizzy? I don't think I have I purged my fabric not so long ago, so it's not the fabric I need to purge. It's my finished products that I need to purge. I need to sell some stuff or give it away. I don't know. I've got an awful lot of things that I don't need anymore. I made and I really liked, and I've enjoyed, and that's not just crochet. That's like knitted goods, and I need to do a purge. I really do. Okay, so trying to decide if this needs anything. I feel bad because all three of my birds so far have not had anything added to them. Everybody else got something, but I haven't added anything to my bird. So maybe my turkey should have a little something. The turkey's kind of like, the duck is so cute. The duck and the chicken, I just liked them because they already had a lot of color going. Maybe that's why. This turkey has the most colored pieces of all of it, right? This is 3 orange, 1 yellow, and 2 brown. Maybe they're the same. Beige, orange, brown, red, yellow. No, I think this one has the most. This has the most. So maybe I'll make it tail feathers. I mean, I have all this felt. What do I do though in terms of the color? Like, should it be white? Maybe he should have some white. He doesn't have any white. What do you think? White feathers? I'm just thinking of just kind of mimicking a cranberry necklace. Dizzy, that's kind of dark. I like Dizzy's sense of humor. Okay, I'm thinking maybe like white, not bad. No, I don't want to do pink. I think I'm done. There's enough brown and beige in this guy. I would have made his head blue because most of the turkeys where we live have blue heads. You guys think red? I have this red. This is really nice. This is a cranberry red, Dizzy. Maybe red? That probably looks better on him than the white, eh? White, red. They have like little white tips. I might add the white at the tips. I'm gonna glue gun. I'm not even gonna sew. That's how like crafty I feel. Because I don't think I want to push my needle through the felt. So I'm going to add little white tips. I'm going to give him frosted tips, and then I'm going to give him some red inner feathers, just a small one. So let me get this out of the way and have a sip. So I'm going to give him frosted tips and then some smaller inlaid red feathers. So I'm going to get my better scissors for that. Okay, so let's go to the craft table. And first thing I'm going to do is I got a big enough space here that I can cut around it. I think so. Okay. So let's these scissors are not as sharp as they used to be. All right, I can clean that up a little bit once it's on him. So that's the outer edge, and now I can just kind of pull out the inside. This is why I don't want to bother sewing it. Okay, and let's just clean up some of these little corners. Yeah, that's kind of cute. right. Okay, so this new stick for some reason won't grab. I don't know why, but there we go. Also trying very hard not to have like a great big bloop. There. Okay, let's just stomp this down, make sure it's nice and... There we go. So there's his little frosted tips, and now I want to just do some, don't need that much of this. I'm thinking like to sort of simulate that actual tail feather shape. That would be the biggest one. This one can be a bit skinnier. This one can be skinny too. That one can use a little trimming. I can rearrange these in a minute. Becky's here. Hey, Becky. There's no such thing as late to a crafting session. You're just here. And your company is always requested. Standing invitation. Okay. All right, so let's start with that. So I think that's really kind of cute. We're going to go this one I might make smaller. I might make these middle ones a bit skinnier because I kind of like that. I want I still want the background color to show through. So I'm going to make this a little smaller. And I'll make this one a little smaller. Maybe I'll get all their little points to touch. What do you think? Should they all kind of be touching his little back end, or what do you think? Cranberry tail, just about. I do like that cranberry color. I mean, it's a very fall color, and I mean, we think of turkeys in the fall, obviously, but they also have like a nice fall sort of color set themselves. I think I kind of like them all crowded together at the end. I think that looks kind of cute. Yes, like that, says Shell. Okay, that's what we will do. So I'm going to put the middle one in first. Let's put him right in the middle. And these are my two sides. So I think I'm gonna put the bit of glue on the back of the feather, because somehow I feel like that gives me a little more control. Okay, so far so good. All right, and I've got this one last one. Cute. Okay. Stop, stop, stop. And let's try to get all these little extras. There. That's cute. All right, that can go in my little garbage can. This can go back in my felt container. And that feels pretty good. What do you think? I like the frosted tips. I think that's cute. I love the glue gun. Sometimes you just want to play. You don't really want to sort of be careful's not the right word, but you don't want to be bespoke. You want to have like, you just want to get to the end result and have a little bit of fun. So I think that's cute. He's got a little extra something something. I gave him some sort of like some tail feathers. I love him the way he is, so I don't want to add anything. And I think I like my chicken the way she is. So that's perfect. Turkey is done. I think that is just peachy. Okay, wow. 10 animals. I have 5 facing the left. I have 5 facing the right. That's a lot of animals. And I've just got the barn and the trees left. So barn and trees. I'm going to do the trees next. I'm going to do the barn. Last time we were talking about extras to kind of flesh out this series. So a lot of you already know I want to try and make the wheelbarrow and the tractor. So I'm going to try and come up with some sort of a design. I'm going to fiddle with that, I think, on my own, rather than sit here trying to draw it out and cut paper and stuff on a stream. I think that would be, I don't think I'd be able to focus concentrate enough. So I'm not super great at drawing. And I think I kind of know what I want, but I'm going to see. I'm going to see if it works out. So I'm going to work on those on my own. If they work out, I'm going to create that and come up with some kind of a drawing. So if you guys want to try and make one too, great. I'm not using anything fancy. I'm just using like my dollar store felt, which is literally all that's in this bag. It's just felt rectangles from years and years and years of shopping at the dollar store. So I won't be using anything fancy. It'll just be probably more of the thread that's already in the kit because there's so much, and maybe a little bit of stuffing. And I'm going to try and make the tractor and the wheelbarrow. Then we were taking a poll on how many eyeballs we all had left in our kits. I have 2. Some of you have 1, some of you have more. So I think there's at least 1. Becky's got 2 left. Don says he turned out really cute. Thank you. I've got 2. I know a couple of you only have 1. And we were thinking about making another animal, like designing another animal to go along with it. I've got a list going, which is great. And if we all have at least 1, then I might consider trying to do an animal like the horse, for example, is looking in this direction. The birds, they all have like 1. So it's doable to make an animal like a mouse. It's easy to do that profile thing, and we can all just have like the 1 eye, and then we can use that up and have like another little animal. I think that'd be kind of cute. Jessica says, I finished the chicken and the cow. Now I only have the sheep left to make out of the animals. So that's it for the animals. We've got 10 animals done. Those are the kit animals done. We've got the trees to do, the barn to do. I'm going to try and design the wheelbarrow and the tractor because I think that since they're drawn on the kit. It would be fun to kind of mimic that. And I think I'm going to try and design another animal since most of us have at least one eyeball left. And all of this thread. So this is my thinking. Because we've got so much of the kit left, we might as well put it to use and kind of have some fun inside of the realm of this happy farm, because it's been very happy. That was it. That was it for the animals. So 3 birds, 1 pig, 2. I guess our 2 biggest animals are the horse and cow. Horse, cow. But they're all kind of the same size, which I think is kind of cute. Okay, so all 10 of the animals are done. What a lot in one kit. I'm really surprised. I'm really enjoying this. Oh my gosh, yes. Jessica, did you find your turkey? Charlie and I are both wondering. Jessica's going to have 2. I think most of us have 2, but I know one of you said that you had 1 left, so I might try and design it with just the 1 eyeball in mind. That way, you know, we can all make it. But, I mean, I think you can probably get googly eyes at the dollar store too. Dollar store craft section. Always check the dollar store craft section. I am routinely impressed by what you can get in the dollar store craft section. So always check it. For a couple of bucks, you can really replenish huge sections of your craft stash, which is great for doing silly little things like this. Or if you like to have friends over, or friends with kids, or family with kids over, it's so nice to be able to put some craft supplies out and like some kind of a little easy thing to make and just, you know, keep them all busy for a little while. It's just so much fun. I grew up getting to do that, so I encourage that with other people, because I like to do that with other people's kids. I love to see what kids come up with too. Anywho, I think we're going to call it there, my dear friends. Are there any questions? I'm going to pop into the chat. Jessica's turkey left, so I guess you're never going to find it again. Always get 2 because you might never see it again, says Shell. Always get 2 because you might never see it again. Just get doubles of everything? Is that what you're suggesting? Because, I mean, I think I can probably second that. I think that's a good idea. All right, animals are done. Animals are done. Moving on to other things. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I really do enjoy your company. The sun is coming out. See? It's you guys. You guys have literally brought the sun out on an otherwise overcast Thursday. Crafting with girlfriends. That's what it's all about. Cup of tea. Handful of good friends. Craft supplies. What more does anybody need? Nothing. All right. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy the rest of your day, your evening, your week. Again, I'm not sure when the next one's coming. Doesn't really matter. I will try and start the stream up at least a half an hour before I get going. I try to do that, so if your notifications are turned on, you should be notified. Even with double checking and making sure that all my apps are up to date and stuff as regularly as I do, even I have trouble with the notifications either not working or my phone not being loud enough and I'm not hearing. So don't feel bad if you're like late, because you're not late. You just, you know, you arrived fashionably late. That's what's happening here, and you're still part of the party. So standing invitation. We'll see you guys soon. Take care. Stay safe and crafty. Remember, you get to stitch up your own story. We're definitely doing that with this silly little barnyard full of critters. Enjoy the rest of your week. Ciao, my friends. Take care. Shop the dollar store.